I would like to invite our session chairman to the stage, Dr. G Varshney, former Director, ICAR Directorate of Weed Research, Dr. Ravi, Chairman, CropLife India and Chief Sustainability Officer, Syngenta India, Dr. Reddy, Joint Director, ICAR, National Institute of Biotech Stress Management, Raipur, Dr. Rahul Mirchandani, Chairman and Managing Director, Aries Agro Limited, Ms. Suman Saha, Progressive Woman Farmer, Bihar. Now, I request our session chairman to kindly honor the other panelists. Dr. Ravi. Dr. Ravi. Dr. Reddy. Dr. Rahul Mirchandani. Ms. Suman. Now I request our session chairman to kindly start the session. Sure, sir.
सभी को नमस्कार. I am indeed very much grateful to Dr. Navneet Anand and his team who have invited me to attend this session. I congratulate him for organizing such a wonderful event. आज हरियाली तीज है, मातृ शक्तियाँ इसको मनाती हैं, उन सबको बधाई. ये जो सेशन है, इसमें मेरे को कहा गया है कि सस्टेनेबल फार्मिंग प्रैक्टिसेस कार्विंग ए रोड मैप फॉर द फ्यूचर ऑफ द एग्रीकल्चर विथ पर्टिकुलर एम्फेसिस ऑन द क्लाइमेट चेंज. You gentlemen and honorable ladies, particularly for the attention of the students, I would like to tell what is the sustainability and what is sustainable farming systems. All the seniors, they know. They are 5 F's: feed, food, fuel, and fiber. We have to meet the demand for the growing population without adversely affecting the natural resources, and that too to supply at least 2,500 kilocalorie per human being. So that is the main aspect for the sustainability. And as regards to the climate, we always feel, in fact, I would like to say, I am taking the 2-3 minutes. When I was a student studying in Agra, in PG, there was no fan in the rooms. And we were not feeling any hotness, no heat. And I was transferred to the Jabalpur in 2006. We were not feeling any heat. We were saying, oh, very good temperature, very nice. But for the last 2, 3, 4 years, we are feeling, अरे इतनी गर्मी तो कभी नहीं पड़ी, इतनी गर्मी तो कभी नहीं पड़ी. Why? The temperature is increasing When we are feeling the increase of the heat of the temperature, do the plants do not feel? Plants also feel the heat of the temperature, and all the scientists, they know that there is a appropriate time 50% for the vegetative growth and 50% for the reproductive growth for a successful raising of the crop. If there is a change in the climate, what happens? Sometimes the vegetative period increased or sometimes it is reduced. Or similarly, the reproductive period, sometimes it is reduced, sometimes it is increased, so it is affecting the crop. I was given one information that the wheat yields, if this temperature pattern continues, in 2050, the wheat yield will reduce by almost 19%. In 2080, it will reduce almost 40%. Similarly, in the Kharif maize, almost 19% and 23% reductions will be there. I am very impressed with Shri Rajiv Ranjan Roy, who raised the very pertinent issue for the small and marginal farmers. In fact, I was given the opportunity as a core expert for developing the Sustainable Development Goals. And I raised this particular issue that what we are doing for the 85% of the small and marginal farmers. They are having hardly half acre or 1 acre of holdings, and we are not doing anything. We are talking of the large scale farmers who can afford the tractors and combines and threshers and this thing and that thing. And what is happening? Even the farmer in a village is buying the milk. Soil becoming inorganic. There is no cow dung, no FIM, and he is just running after for taking the tractor on hire. So this is the pertinent question. In fact, I raised this thing, and the SDGs committee, they agreed that for the small and marginal farmers, we need only the primitive or the traditional agriculture. I am sorry to say that in the budget, our honorable finance minister raised our natural agriculture. वो वही 50-60 साल पहले नेचुरल एग्रीकल्चर ही था. क्या हुआ? हमको जो है वी हैव टू स्टडी. हमको देखना पड़ेगा कि भाई हम नेचुरल एग्रीकल्चर से हम केमिकल डिपेंडेंट एग्रीकल्चर पे आ गए. अगेन वी आर थिंकिंग ऑफ गोइंग बैक टू द नेचुरल एग्रीकल्चर. वेयर इज द गैप? So in fact, for the sustainability, there are two things. It is the development of the varieties or the cultivars or the cropping systems and the methodology. That are two important things. And then we can go for the sustainability in a successful way. Just as somebody was telling, I will give a small example. I was having a farm of 150 acres, 150 hectares, and all the time we were selling lot of weeds. मैंने वहाँ क्या किया, जो है जितने वीड होते थे सबको काट करके जो है उसका खाद बनवा देते थे, और उसके बाद मतलब हमको वीड कम पड़ गया, समझे? तो that is the main issue for raising the successful sustainability. I won't take much time because I know the veterans like Dr. Ravi are there, who can speak for hours together on the sustainability. So I won't take much time, and I invite Dr. Ravi for this delivering his talk. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So the best thing that you can have is Dr. Varshney opening, because he set the context so beautifully. So you don't need to really say anything further. And before, in the previous session, my colleague Rajendra Jog has already told what we do in Syngenta and what we are doing. But I just wanted to raise a few important questions. I'm always asked whether sustainability is good to have or a must have. So it's always a struggle to get sustainability in the center of all the discussions. सबको धंधा करना है, सबको पैसे कमाने हैं, bottom line है, shareholder का value है, and all that. But we've all seen, we've all heard since morning, and I was mentally saying that, okay, I have to strike this out, almost everything has been said. You know, the climate change, how it has been disrupting the cropping systems, how the smallholders are struggling to kind of combat they don't have scale neutral technologies, soil is being degraded, and all of that we know. So I will only, someone in the, yeah, you said that we should talk about solutions. So I would just like to raise 2 or 3 issues. We are at a great stage of development where the digitization and also the technologies, the AI and all of that, we have a great opportunity to bridge the gap and serve everyone. So what we do in Syngenta is we find that till we had an app called CropWise, it was very difficult for us to go to every smallholder farmer across the country. You were talking about Zoom and how it has helped to, you know, not have physical meetings and all of that. Likewise, this beautiful app not only is Uberizing the farmer's needs, he can with a small smartphone, he can order any services that he wants to. Then on top of it, the second level is all about, the crop calendar and all of what we can easily transmit. And we're talking about big things in sustainability. It's not big. It's small things like tending to the soil. So Mahatma Gandhi said, I will also borrow one quote from him, saying that to forget how to dig the earth and tend to the soil is like forgetting ourselves. So, and Nanoti Saab in the morning said, the same thing. I've been tending to the soil for so long. What is so different? So, simple interventions. So for instance, I'll give you random instances because we're all talking about the solutions. Something called a AWD pipe, alternate wetting and drying. So it has completely transformed the rice cultivation, for instance. So you don't need to soak, you don't need traditionally to think that, always it should be flooded with water. And the skeptics always say that, if you're exporting rice, you're exporting water. So there is so much of intensive water required for rice cultivation. So simple interventions like this, aided with what you have the AI now going for you, you have the apps going in for you, there is the government also doing a agri stack, which is really going to transform, and it is a great opportunity that we all can get involved instead of saying this over that, organic versus chemical. Let's not look at those. There is no single silver bullet which will bring the solution to the present needs of agriculture. We all have to come together. Each one has an important role to play. And I will end, because I have to go, like I said, by saying that let's all come together. I mean, there is my colleague sitting here on biologicals that can beautifully supplement what you're doing for sustainability, for instance. There are many things that we can do. And last of it all, like I said, trust. I wear a different hat also. I'm the chairman of CropLife India. So we don't want to be called as Pesticides Association. We want to be called as Crop Protection Industry. And we have been supporting the government in wherever there has been a national emergency. We have been there. You will know, sir, when there was a crisis in cotton or wheat. These crop medicines have helped to, to ward off the pests and diseases that afflict. There are about 10,000 weeds, so many pests, so many diseases, and ever increasing as we see. We have also taken on ourselves the onus of reducing the environmental footprint. Someone said, many people have said that we are moving away from red chemistries to, yellow, blue, yellow, and green. That is one part of it. See the application rates. We are investing, our industry invests about $6 billion in USD in R&D. But at the end of the day, our perception is that we mix chemicals by hand in shady shacks. That has to change. We also bring in some value. We also contribute. So at the end of it all, the application rates, which were as high as 3 kgs or 4 kgs per hectare, has come down to a few grams, in some cases even 4 grams per hectare. So that's the kind of investments that go into R&D. That's the kind of seriousness with which we are moving ahead. And like I said, at the end of the day, we know that a hectare of land which used to feed 2 people in 1950 has to feed 5 people in 2050. So that's the kind of increase in production that you are required to do. And we have to increase the productivity. We have to increase the per unit productivity. We have to take care of everything: seeds, soil, crop protection, agri inputs, fertilizer, whatever we are saying here, including the environment. So I think I would only conclude by saying that let's use each other's strengths, and we can all be in it in the fight against climate change. And sustainability is not a buzzword. A previous speaker said it's not a buzzword. It's been there. I can only say that I saw my grandmother who used to write postcard में लिखते थे इतने छोटे 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 कि एक भी waste ना हो. Waste नहीं करना is sustainability. And with that paper, she used to keep on collecting many papers. She used to soak it in water. I used to wonder what she is doing. At the end of the day, she would create, utensils from that. So this is what is all about circular economy and resource efficiency and all of that. So we are reinventing, and we have a great opportunity for all of us to come together and address this problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ravi. In fact, you have raised very pertinent issues. And in fact, I cannot comment because whatsoever you are told, it is absolutely right. I will tell one small thing that I have got one data that, just a minute. In 2010-11 data we have got, and on that basis we were having our population of 1,234 crores, 1.123.4 करोड़, और इसमें जो है पॉपुलेशन में जो है रूरल पॉपुलेशन वाज 83 करोड़ एंड कल्टीवेटर्स वर 11.9 यानी ऑलमोस्ट 12 करोड़, और टोटल लेबर वाज 144 यानी 14.4 करोड़. यानी अब ये अगर हम लें 70-71 से और 2010-11-12 का डेटा, तो हमारी लेबर फोर्स हैज इंक्रीज फ्रॉम 38 to 55%, एंड कल्टीवेटर्स फिगर हैज रिड्यूस्ड फ्रॉम 520. ये एक मिनट, जस्ट मिनट. कल्टीवेटर्स डेटा they are 70, laborers have increased 48 to 144 and 55%. Means our cropping systems or the farming systems, they are not sustainable. Means labor force is increasing, or cultivators or the farmers are decreasing. So this is very serious issue. And as I was just raising, and you also raised, if we have to go for the increase in the status of the farmers, we have to look for these small and marginal farmers only first. For others, you don't worry, they will do. Rich farmers, big farmers, they will do. You have to think of only small and marginal farmers, and how it is just spelled out, and we will discuss further.
Before I leave,
Yeah.
So I forgot to thank Navneet in my excitement to finish my speech. I think we go a long, long way back, and I'm really, it's like, we are together. I can see this great gathering, great topics that are being discussed. Compliments to you and your team. Excellent effort and an excellent start. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi. I'll come back.
Okay.
Sir, we have running out of time. So
Okay.
kindly expedite.
Okay. Now I invite Dr. Amrinder Reddy. He is Joint Director in the ICR at Raipur. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for inviting me. Yes. No, I will explain now the basically whatever not covered I will go through. Yield gaps, basically we are having yield gaps of about developed countries, when compared to developed countries, our yields are about one third or one fourth many crops, that we have to take into account. But if you want to increase yields, then again there is an environmental problem, because to increase yields, you have to use more pesticides, you have to use more fertilizer. So how we can increase yields without using this environmentally damaging things? For example, soil fertility you can increase. Pollinators, through honeybees and pollinators you can increase. Soil moisture, these type of things. Another most important thing is nowadays this solar panel cultivation. 1 hectare of land, you take crops on the ground, but over the top you can take energy production. So crop plus energy, that is very much attractive, because energy is very much demanded. That is one thing which we have to take into account. Again, we are discussing about small and marginal farmers. We are seeing this, that the income data, recent income data, landless households' incomes are much higher than the marginal farmers' incomes. And the least incomes are for marginal farmers, and little higher incomes are for small farmers. So the marginal farmers, less than 1 hectare farmers, the incomes are much less than the landless laborers, because landless labor, they can move anywhere and they can earn some casual labor and all these things. So what is the way forward? One is land pooling. We have to do land pooling cooperatives, FPOs, Kutumbasri. We are having example of Karnataka, Kerala. All these things, land pooling is one of the way, and also land tenancy act, because I am a 1 acre, 2 acre land, so I can easily give leased out my land, and I can go do other works. But that facilities, that legal systems are not there now, because still 70%, 80% of the tenancy is informal, on oral agreement. There is no formalization is not there. So that type of things we have to develop, so that we have to develop labor market, liberalize. We have to liberalize our land markets also, so that whomever willing to go out of agriculture, they can go, but the land ownership is intact. Those type of things should be there. And also the marginal farmers, how we can increase marginal farmers, because if you see the National Sample Survey Organization's data, income, even for small farmers, only 30%, 40% of the income is coming from crop sector. Remaining 20-30 is coming from livestock sector, some 10% is from petty business and all these things. So how these farmers, we have to encourage the pluri-activity, off-farm activity, on-farm activity, different type of activities, livestock activities, all these things. Even within the agriculture sector, we are talking about agri-food. Earlier we are talking agriculture system, now we are talking agri-food systems. Within the food value chain, how we can increase their, upgrade their value chain. For example, packaging, grading, cleaning, marketing, these type of things needs to be there. Another important thing within this thing is the regional diversity. The small farmers in Punjab is totally different from the small farmers in Bihar or Odisha. The small farmer Punjab income is 3 to 4 times higher income when compared to the small farmer in Bihar and Odisha. The incomes of the small farmers of Bihar and Odisha are very, very poor. So that we have to take care. Another thing, even in any state, 1 cattle is equal to 1 acre in terms of incomes. In ordinary sense. So in 1 cattle raising, regular income you will get. It's cheaper, no need of land, etc. Women employment, nowadays most of the feminization of women, feminization of agriculture we are talking. So much of women labor is available, we can use that. And compost, farmyard manure, and biogas. So all these things from 1 cattle. Whereas 1 acre, maintaining 1 acre of land is very, very difficult. But this is very easy, regular income, all these things are benefiting. So we have to think in that direction. Again, there is a demand shift recently. The demand for cereals, pulses, especially paddy, wheat is decreasing. Our godans are full of excess stocks of paddy and wheat. We have to diversify to high value crops like fruits, vegetables, dairy, meat, all these things. And again, this type of export-oriented crops like fish, meat, etc. And also we are importing lot of pulses and oilseeds. The Eastern India, we can diversify crops from paddy, wheat to the pulses, oilseeds, so that at least we can earn lot of money. Another thing is that the precision agriculture, so many people talked, but precision, the technology, digital technology, to be used by the both, private sector. Lot of scope is there, private sector, how we can provide services to the farmers, and also the government sector like DBT, direct benefit transfer, PM Kisan, so many schemes are going on. So how we can use the digital forms or precision agriculture type of system or satellite data, GIS data, so that to serve the small and marginal farmers to increase their incomes. That is another area. Again, in the food systems, we are excess production of paddy and wheat, but we are having largest obesity, largest number of obesity, largest number of undernutrition, largest number of malnutrition, protein malnutrition. All these things are there. So how we can integrate our agri system to the food system so that we can provide the healthy food to the consumers and to the farmers themselves. That is again a big issue. As this is my last thing, the value added activity. So one district, one product scheme government of India already implementing. How we can enhance farmers' income through value addition, local value addition, especially cleaning, grading, and packaging and branding, these type of things. All these things are, even nowadays, the institutional innovations like FPOs, self-help groups, and all these things, this to be taken care. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Amrinder. In fact, you have raised very pertinent issues, and in some of the issues, in fact, I was not aware that that could be of so much importance. One is for the general farmers' use. What you have suggested, I will also appreciate that if a small farmer can earn the money through solar paneling, he can use for himself, and he can rather sell the electricity to the electricity grid. And second thing, which you have told many things. One very important thing you have also told, because I have also worked in the food as a professor in the NIBSM. And what I observed in the GAP, good agriculture practices, that around 50 to 20% is wasted because we are not able to have the good agricultural practices, so produce the good quality of the produce. And that is a great loss of almost 15 to 20% minimum. So that is very serious issue, and we have to adopt the good agriculture practices. Thank you. And now I invite Dr. Mirchandani ji, please.
Thank you very much, and very good afternoon, very good evening. My company, Aries Agro, has, I think sustainability is what we've done for the last 55 years. So in fact, we're very proud that as a Made in India company, right from day one, everything that we have done in terms of product, process, packaging have always been sustainable. So today to speak here on a forum on sustainability, I don't think it was a choice for us. It's what we do, it's a habit. And I believe that sustainability, when it becomes a habit, then there is a business case to make it sustainable, and not only for us as companies, but also to farmers who adopt these technologies. So what I will talk about in the next few minutes is just some of the technologies that we have put in the market. We have 130 brands, and these technologies have been used by 11 million farmers in India. So what we are going to talk about today is not a futuristic technology, but these are technologies which are already real and present in almost 26 states of India, right from Kashmir to Kerala and from Gujarat all the way to Tripura. I'll talk about one of the flagships that we have, which is chelation. One of the biggest elements of sustainability is how do I take a chemical and make it inert in nature. We brought this technology to India in the 1970s, where we brought mineral nutrition, micronutrient mineral nutrition, and we took the product and converted it into a chemically inert compound. The moment you make the product chelated, either using synthetic or natural chelates like proteins, we are able to convert a product which is a fertilizer which may react with the environment, into a completely safe, non-reactive delivery system which provides all micronutrients and metal nutrients to the plants in the most sustainable manner. We have done this for all the nutrients required for Indian agriculture, and today we are at the forefront of putting chelation technology in every nook and corner of India. And like I said, we have trained 11 million farmers to use this technology. The second is the fact that we look at, apart from micronutrients, the NPKs, which traditionally use urea, DAP, etc., and also recently in the last decade or so, the forefront of water-soluble NPKs, which are imported into India from various parts of the world. I am very proud to say that we are one of the pioneering companies to completely eliminate our dependence on China and prepare high-density NPKs in India, which have reduced the dose from the traditional dose to just about 200 grams per acre. This is a technology which reduces doses, whether it's chelation or high-density NPKs, and does it in the most sustainable manner of reducing dosages to a very minimal manner. We also then train farmers on how to deliver this using drip irrigation, micro irrigation, drone technologies, and high-capacity sprayers, all of which are available to farmers today, but need to be made compatible with these kind of products and technologies. So we have not only brought these products to India, but we've also told farmers how to use and deliver them using these high-end irrigation systems in the most effective manner. We're at the forefront of drone technology. We're at the forefront of actually getting soil health management devices. And we have used digital information delivery to get all this information to farmers using voice and video means in order to get them on their smartphone, trained very well in the most effective applications of these technologies. So this is in terms of product. In terms of packaging, we can have the best technologies, but if you're going to put a lot of plastic and aluminum foil on the product, it's not going to work. So therefore, we actually package our products in 100% recyclable packaging. We have water-soluble packaging. We have slow-release pastilles for the delivery of these nutrients. And we also have tablets which provide farmers the most pre-measured right doses of these technologies. So this comes beyond product into packaging. And lastly, in terms of process. Our processes also are 100% sustainable. All our factories, we have 6 factories in India with 150,000 tons of manufacturing capacity. All of these make specialties but use solar, CNG, and alternate fuels as their energy usages. We have zero usage of fossil fuels in our technologies. And lastly, we also have, all of these are also delivered using a distributed distribution network so that logistics costs are also saved. Apart from the process of producing, it's also the process of delivery of these is also made sustainable. So please understand, therefore, all of the distinguished guests and panelists here, that sustainability is not a choice. There is a business case which provides better realizations for both the companies and the farmers, and we are companies who have been at the forefront the last 55 years of delivering such technologies most efficiently to farmers across the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mirchandani ji. You have raised very important issues, but at the same time, I would like to give a cautious word. In one of the meetings organized by United Nations in Singapore a few years back, I attended that meeting, and they emphasized that Indian soils have become sick because of the imbalanced use of nutrients. Someone comes and recommends zinc, another one comes recommends manganese, someone comes recommends boron, somebody comes recommends molybdenum. So our Indian soils, they said that almost all soils in Indian soils, they have become sick. So we should be very cautious in recommending the micronutrients or the chemicals. Of course, you are taking very good issues as a chelate. So with the chelating, at least the things could be rather better. So thank you, Dr. Mirchandani.
So just a point, since you have made, we use soil test management devices, and our recommendation of nutrition in our company is only made after farmers measure the soil conditions, and recommendations are made using AI, ML technologies.
Thank you, Dr. Now I invite Madam Suman Saha. She can speak for you.
Thank you, Navneet ji, and your team and guest panelist for organizing this sustainability agriculture event. The thing is that before I never knew anything about agriculture, and after getting married in farming families, I came to know about agriculture. So, like now, I've been working as a farmer, you can say. Like when I got married and I came to my in-laws' house for the first time, that and in front, like 3 kilometers away is Ganga, where I'm in. My in-laws are in Munger, Kalyanpur. So there used to be a sand dune every time, and whenever the sand dune used to come each and every time in my house, and I used to broom, cleaning, and I used to get annoyed. And then one day I was grumbling by myself. I hope you all are not getting bored. It's something different. Mind change. Hindi mein. हाँ. So it was just a change. And then I was just brooming and I was grumbling to myself. And I said, my father-in-law said that, why are you grumbling? I said, Baba, ये डस्ट हमेशा क्यों आ रहा है? मेरे को झाड़ू देने में बहुत मुश्किल हो रही है. दिन में 3 बार 4 बार करके मैं झाड़ू लगा रही हूँ. Then he said, इसके लिए क्या उपाय हो सकता है बेटा? So, and then I talked to my husband and I said, like, what can be done? So he said, okay. Then he said, we'll do something. Then one day, like, he went to the forest department and over there he talked about the situation. And it took 3 years to negotiate. And after 3 years, the forest department accepted our proposal and plantation was done in our in front of our house. And around 400 trees were planted there. And with that, like now that place has become so, you can say, like people are taking walk over there, and it has become really a good place for walking. Morning walkers, they are all walking there. Secondly, like we are also, we have been working with Watershed as it is a smart tool for water management. And in Ulli Nala, it is in Baka district. And over there, it is a low rain-fed area. And because of what you can say, because of it is because of low rain and ecological phenomena. And so we have been constructed there a water project after talking with the community there, because they were having a problem of water. So with the help of NABARD, we were able to execute the watershed over there. And the local poor people, they were having problem because of no water there. Thirdly, like another project which we have implemented was in Rambabu Bandh. It is a bandh. The community over there, and it is in Rambabu Bandh. It is also in Baka district. And around 1960, there was a huge flood. And because of the flood, this bandh had got destroyed. And the community, like, they never knew about this bandh. And but they were aware of it. So we, after getting the help of the NABARD, we were able to we were able to what to say, repair the band, and this band is in between the two hillocks, and the water is there till now, and the tube well is not yet dried, and the water is there in all season. So the community is taking great help from this band, and thank you.
मैडम आपने बहुत अच्छे से बताया कि हाउ दी सॉइल कैन बी रिस्टोर्ड, हाउ दी इरोजन कैन बी halted, and you know, one to make 1 centimeter soil it takes 100 years. So we should not waste the soil and by erosion, and we should try to maintain the soil level. Thank you. Now in the end, I thanks all the co-panelists who have given very good talk, and it's a very enlightening in fact. And I thank Dr. Navneet and his team who have organized this session very nicely and have given me the opportunity to come before you. Thank you very much.
I'll do that.